Hi, Clayton. After we spoke, I thought about putting something together for you just to show you how easy it is to, wire up one of these modems. I think this is how it would really work on one of your septic system alarms. Okay, so first off, what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you the components that I needed to buy this. Number one, I needed a plug. Now we're going to use this plug. I paid 99 cents for it at my local hardware store. Okay, and we're going to use this plug a little bit later. That's going to be used to plug in our little 110 to 12 volt transformer for the wireless device. I'll put that aside. The other investment I made here is an ice cube relay. I paid $3.43. You're going to need three. This is what we're going to use to trip, or for each alarm trip out of your panel. Okay, it's going to send the signal back to the three dry inputs on our Bolero modem. So let me show you how I figure you would have to wire this up. On your panel, you're going to go to the neutral, and you're going to run off the main power supply. You're going to have to run a white from the neutral line into ice cube relay number 1. You can see that there. Put a jumper across ice cube relay number 2 and a jumper across ice cube relay number 3. Now make sure your ice cube relays are 110 volts if it's a 110 volt incoming power supply for your alarm panel. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to put that, like I said, into your main neutral line, where the neutral line comes into the power supply. And then what you're going to want to do on the other side of the coil, you're going to want to run a black line. Okay, this black line is what you're going to use to trigger your switch. Okay, so every time you get a trigger on your panel to that bus bar, it'll open or close the relay. Okay, in our case, it's going to close the relay. All right, so you're going to want to run 3 individual lines. Obviously, I've made these like pretty long. It was just for demonstration purposes. So one to the bus bar for the high alarm, one to the bus bar to the air pressure switch, and one to the bus bar. I don't know what the other one is. Whatever the other alarm is. Could be the chlorine switch, or it could be high level alarm in chlorine, or low level alarm in chlorine, or whatever that might be. Alright, so once that's done, you could test this, and I'm going to do that right now for you. What do I got going on here? Oh, once that's done, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to also bring a black and white line to your main power in, black and white for your plug, and that's what we're going to use to power the Bolero unit. Okay, so really the next thing, once you get all this wiring done, and this took me like half an hour, once you did a few of them, I imagine it wouldn't take you too much time. You would run for each of your events. So in this case, I'm going to work from right to left instead of left to right. I've run an orange wire off the cable that will finally be plugged into. This is a Molex cable, and all the lines with input 1, 2, and 3, plus a ground, plus the 12 volt. That just gets plugged right into the Bolero unit right here at the back. I hope you can see that well. Okay. The other plug is the RS-232. That's used for programming the unit for its particular application. We're not going to bother with that. You're not going to need anything to do about that. All right, so once you've wired up your triggers, okay, your triggers, boom, you're going to want to wire up your inputs. So your inputs, in this case, input 1 is the orange line, input 2 is the blue line, input 3 in this case. I haven't put it on yet. Okay, I'm just going to leave that that bare for now. Input 3, I think, is the white line. Okay, I just didn't get around to it. I just didn't want to create too much confusion. But off the little cable, input 3, and that would go right there. So, what I'd like to do is explain once that control gets power, the coil will pull in, and one side of this will pull back, sending the 12 volt current from this side to the next wire back up into our device. And then the alarm would automatically be sent back to our website. The website in turn would send an alarm to as many email addresses that you want. Now, the email addresses could also be emails that get transferred to people's cell phones as a text message. So you can do that as well. I don't really, I think that's about it. The next step would really be just to take your 12 volt transformer, which I should have right here. You would take your simple 12 volt transformer. You would plug it into the plug that we have here. I won't do it now because I can hold the camera. And then you would wire up the red and black to the plus and the minus on the outcoming from your power supply, and you're done. That would be it. That's how you'd be setting up your device. I hope it's informative. I hope you can use it. If you have any questions, please call me back, 514-803-4234. There's one last thing, okay? I'm assuming that it's the live power. The hotline is running through all your switches. If it's the reverse, you know, it really doesn't matter, as long as, you know, so you would reverse it. You put the hotline to the black, and then you would file a white line to all your triggers. Okay? Anyway, you can't go wrong doing this. If you have any questions, call me back. Thanks, and have a great night. Bye.